Omówione najważniejsze sprawy związane z dalszym rozwojem.
All systems go.
Oh, I didn't mention anything about me being a coffee shop. Damn it. Boomers. Dennis White is an up-and-coming vintage store coffee shop to the Washington, D.C. area. Right now, we're just building our brand and getting out there, but give us a few years and we will be a storefront incorporating the vintage store atmosphere with a coffee shop ambiance. Coffee is just a love of mine. I love the coffee shop atmosphere because it's relaxing, lets you just kind of go in there, use the Wi-Fi, drink some coffee, study if you need to, and that kind of stuff. I just want to incorporate the two and allow my customers to have a place to come in and relax, you know, use the Wi-Fi. The husbands can read a book if they want to, or get on the computer while their wives shop in the store. And I always knew that I couldn't work for somebody else for the rest of my life. I love fashion, and specifically vintage fashion, and I just wanted to be able to share my taste and what I love and my choices with the world and people that would buy them. Vintage is a medium of clothing. It's basically an old medium of clothing that is designed a certain way, fits a certain way, and is, you know, from previous decades before us. I feel like, you know, it's everlasting. You can put something on that you might have had from 10 years ago or that you might have gotten from an old family member. You can put it on and you can make it look like you just bought it yesterday. I love vintage clothing because ever since I was a child, I used to dress different and weird and quirky. Even my mother used to call me Punky Brewster because I would walk out of the house with 2 different color shoes on. But with vintage, you have something that everybody doesn't have, and that's what's most important about it, is that it's unique, it's one of a kind. I always knew that I wanted to do something different, but it wasn't until I became the age I am now that I just stopped doing the norm and everything commercial and just got into doing my own things and realized it was okay to just be yourself and do what you want to do and not have to follow what everybody else is doing or what's commercial and what's the trend. And with vintage clothing, you can just be you. You can put on something that maybe doesn't match exactly or something that doesn't go together, and you can just, you know, put it on and wear it. And that was just basically what made me want to start it, because I wanted to share my ideas and my thoughts and my fashion sense with the world, people who wanted to buy it. Motivation means to just push myself harder tomorrow than I did today. Basically, it means just staying focused, staying determined, staying dedicated to my business, and just, you know, focusing on what I set out to do, which is make a brand, get my brand noticed, you know, help my customers, share my ideas with the world, and I need to always push myself harder, taking my company to the next level and building a better brand. My biggest thing is that sometimes I forget, you know, why I started out doing this, and then I remember that it's because I love fashion, I love helping others, and I love sharing what I love with others. And it's very important to just remember why you started doing what you're doing. You know, you can get discouraged, you're gonna get thrown off a little bit sometimes, but you have to just remember why you're doing what you're doing and who you're out there to help. And, you know, at the end of the day, there's gonna be storms and rain and all that stuff, but when the sun comes out at the end, you realize why you're doing it and you love every second of what you do. Competition, I love it. I love competition because it helps me to push myself to the next level each and every day. It helps me to stay focused and remain why I'm doing what I do, and it helps me to build my brand bigger and better each and every day. I feel like without competition, people become complacent and they get into these modes where, you know, you just feel like you're the only one out there, and you're not. You're never the only one out there. There can always be somebody bigger and better than you, and it just forces you to work harder and push yourself harder. Give us 5 years, we'll be everywhere. We'll be across the country, we'll be online, we'll be hopefully in your closet. And I just want to see us push ourselves harder to the next level and, you know, come up with more events, come up with new ideas to bring more customers in, and we'll be a much bigger and stronger brand. I'm fashion, timeless, vintage. I am the next Y. Close, coffee, life.